Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth here tonight is going to be Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Excited to be here to watch some 360 dirt sprint cars around USA International Speedway. You see some track facts on your screen right now. 83 degrees tonight. Track length, I'm going to measure at 6/10 of a mile. Qualifying is just getting underway here. We just wrapped up the practice session. Qualifying is underway. Let's see what drivers are out currently. Picking up the number 17 machine, that's going to be Lockie Phillips, working his way around the racetrack. Oh, a little bit up into the wall there. Not going to help his qualifying run. Austin Hickman will pick him up. He just went with a 20.76 on lap one. He's also in the wall. That wall is going to jump out and bite a few drivers here tonight. Caden Berry just came across the line, the 20.47. Lap number 2 in the books, picks up to a 20.01. Cole DeWeese just flashed across the line. He just ran a 20.17. Brad Lamberson at a 19.95. That goes to the top of the time charts.
The one thing that he's done different, he was committed to that bottom. Everyone else, you can't fit a piece of paper between them and the wall.
I know it. This is going to be wild here tonight. I have no doubt. I have a couple cars here. Jared Lamberson's just starting his qualifying run. Just went up to 16th quick on the chart with a 20.97. Take a look here at his second lap. Running a throwback paint scheme to Mr. Sammy Swindell in that channel lock colors. Nice to see those colors on track tonight. A little slower, I think, there on lap 2, so he's going to get credited with a 20.90, or excuse me, no, he did pick up a 20.89. All the meanwhile, while we were viewing Jared, Sean Stevens up to the top of the speed charts with a 19.82. James Rooney taken to the track now for his qualifying effort. Should be taking the green flag.
Taylor Wineland just completed his lap, looking to best it. He's about P8 right now. Running that bottom, coming to the line. He does best it, but he stays where he is.
Rooney comes across to complete his first lap. That's going to be 21st quick for him with a 21.18. Working lap 2 right now. Out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Across the line. He does pick up to 18th, a 21.02 for James Rooney. I think about the only other driver here, we're going to pick up Austin Motley. Going to start his qualifying run. Again, if you're watching with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, we want to welcome you all in. Hope to put on a good show here with the Reigel Promotion Esports Series. The A to Z Veterans Woodworking 360 Sprint Cars. Let us know in the chat who you're rooting for tonight. Looks like we already have some Caden Berry fans out there, so he's sitting third on the timing chart. Lap 1 going in the books for Austin Motley. That's good for 14th at a 20.88. Little out of shape out of turn 4. Let's see if that hurt his second lap. It did. That was a 21.17, so he's going to be credited with a 20.88. I believe that's going to wrap up our qualifying here tonight. We're going to roll right into heat racing action here. 8 laps, 4 cars will transfer to the A. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for heat number 1 here tonight. On the front row is going to be the 26 machine of Sean Stevens. He's starting on the inside. On the outside is going to be the 23 machine of Jared Culbertson. Row 2, the number 9 of Joshua Pickle. On the inside, Austin Hickman in the 33 on the outside. Row number 3 is going to be Billy Richardson in the 29, Blake Warner in the 21. Row 4 is going to be Nicholas Garca and Benjamin Word, who's not racing. So Nicholas Garca is going to be the 7th and final starter here in heat number 1. All right. Remember, 8 laps the distance here for these cars, and the top 4 is going to transfer directly to tonight's A main. That's going to happen just a little later on. And these drivers know every spot matters in these heat races, and qualifying matters heavily. We seen last week with this series, a good qualifying spot leads to a good start in the heat and potentially transfers right into a good starting spot in the feature. All right, field working through 3 and 4. Sean Stevens is on the gas. Green flag is in the air in heat number 1. Charging down into turn 1 with a good, comfortable cushion over Jared Culbertson, who's in 2nd. Battle is on for 3rd between Joshua Pickle and Austin Hickman. Side by side down into turn 3. The 33 of Hickman on the outside, the 29 of Richardson on his inside. So he kind of single-filed out here for the moment being. Wow, Sean Stevens all the way down on the inside, almost in that grassy area through 3 and 4. So he works his way up to almost a 2.5 lead over the rest of the field. Jared Culbertson here in 2nd. Joshua Pickle 3rd. Austin Hickman in 4th. But right on his tail tank is the 29 of Billy Richardson in 5th. He knows he needs one more spot to transfer on. Tim, do you think Billy has enough time to get up there into 4th?
Yeah, he's got about, well, obviously he's got the rest of the race to try and find a spot where he is better than Austin Hickman and the 33 machine. So we'll see what he can put together. But that track is pretty rough in the early going of this night.
And he's moving, and Billy is moving around. I know we're watching him. He's currently 5th. He's moving around the racetrack trying to see if he can find a way around Austin Hickman. Back up front real quick, Sean Stevens is still leading this thing, pulled out to almost a 3.5 second advantage over our 2nd place runner of Jared Culbertson. Joshua Pickle is right behind him. Then there's a little bit of gap back to Austin Hickman and Billy Richardson. Nicholas Garca currently 6th. Blake Warner in 7th. Already 2 laps to go here in heat number 1. Sean Stevens working off of turn 4 to the white flag.
Wow, Billy's closing the gap. I think it'll be just a little too shy for him to get in on the transfer, but we'll see. Anything can happen.
Checkered flag is in the air. Sean Stevens out of turn 4. Heat race number 1 goes to Sean. Battle almost for 2nd. Joshua Pickle's going to beat Jared Culbertson. Austin Hickman is going to bring it home in 4th and transfer in. Billy Richardson, Nicholas Garca, and Blake Warner is going to have to go on to a consolation later. That was the finishing order of Heat 1. Heat 2 is gridding on the racetrack. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup here. Row number 1 looks like this. Brad Lamberson in the 32. Jack Burke in the 34. Row 2 is going to be Dean Reynolds in the 79. Austin Motley in the 27. Row 3, Jared Lamberson in the 19. Carson Kirby in the 4. And row 4 is going to have the 31 machine of Chris Martin. Field just rolling behind the pace truck here. 8 laps the distance, 7 cars starting, 4 transfer spots. We'll have to keep an eye on those drivers, 5th, 6th, 7th. That would be Jared Lamberson, Carson Kirby, Chris Martin. See if they can challenge our 4th place starter, Austin Motley, for that transfer.
They're going to have to get a real good start. They're going to want to get that final transfer spot.
Green flag is in the air, and the battle is already on for the transfer. Motley up high.
Whoa!
I think Motley and, was that Burke that made contact there? Or no, that was Jared Lamberson that made contact coming out of turn 2. Jared's back in 7th. He's got work to do. Kirby is all over Austin Motley for that transfer. Meanwhile, Brad Lamberson has pulled out to a little over a second gap to Dean Reynolds and Jack Burke, 2nd and 3rd. Battle for 6 is on as Lamberson's on the outside, Martin's down low. Oh, wheels are touching. Oh, my.
Oh, really? Oh.
Up and over for Chris Martin. My, oh, my. Jack Burke, Dean Reynolds making collision there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Those 2 cars have slowed down. That's going to bring Austin Motley and Carson Kirby back up into the mix for 2nd.
Tell you what, Kirby's got something figured out in 3 and 4. He's going to be there out of the exit of 2. See what Austin Motley does defensively. They both run about the same line.
Alrighty, 4 laps down, 4 to go, and Kirby is trying to turn underneath of Motley.
There. Contact. Kirby goes by.
Kirby into the transfer. Motley's going to have to try to gather that car back up and make a charge. He's got 3 more laps to do it. Check on our leader up front, now out to almost a 3 1/4 second gap over Jack Burke in 2nd. There's the 3rd place runner of Dean Reynolds. Carson Kirby in 4th. About a 2nd gap over Austin Motley. 2 laps to go. And we've seen these leaders working real low there in 3 and 4. White flag in the air for Brad Lamberson. Looks like he chooses the high line in 1 and 2. Down the backstretch for the final time in this 2nd heat. Way down low in 3 and 4. Flagman's got the checkered flag in the air. Brad Lamberson takes the 2nd heat. Out of turn 4, Jack Burke 2nd. Dean Reynolds sideways for 3rd. Carson Kirby 4th. Austin Motley is going to be 5th. Rounding out of turn 4, Jared Lamberson's going to come home 6th, and Chris Martin 7th in the pit lane. Cars are taking the grid here for the 3rd heat of the night. Starting lineup looks like this here. Row number 1. Starting on the pole for this 3rd heat is going to be the 11 machine of Caden Berry. To his outside is going to be the 91 of Matt Grimm. Row 2 is going to be Fred Hoffman in the 5. Brady Beavers in the 880. Row 3 is going to be James Rooney in the 13. and Trevor Doyle in the 24. Row 4 is going to be Thomas Belsky in the 28 and Robert Puckett in the 30. Those are our 8 starters for 8 laps. 4 to the A main. Cars rolling behind the pace truck.
I know those Caden Berry fans are ecstatic. He's starting P1 for this heat.
They sure are. Supporting their driver here tonight. Oop, 880 just brushed the wall on the pace lap there down the back straightaway. Pace truck's going to duck off. Caden Berry's on the gas. Green flag is in the air for heat 3, and Berry out to the early advantage down into 1 and 2. Matt,
wow, look at Doyle all the way around the outside.
ooh, a little bit of contact, Doyle, and that would be the 880 of Brady Beavers. Brady Beavers has got to stay on his toes here. He's looking to the inside of Fred Hoffman down into turn number 1. That right there is the battle for 3rd and 4th. Battle right behind him between James Rooney and Trevor Doyle. That's 5th and 6th. Back up front, Caden Berry out to a 2nd advantage over Matt Grimm. Just ran the fastest lap of the heat. Fred Hoffman sitting in 4th. He's got 0.6 of a second back to James Rooney. Trevor Doyle right there as well. Thomas Belsky is our 7th place runner. Caden Berry trying to set sail here in this heat race. Trying to stay smooth and consistent. Matt Grimm's trying not to let him get out too far and chase him down. Brady Beaver sitting comfortably in 3rd. Fred Hoffman doing what he can do here with 4 laps left in that final transfer spot. Trevor Doyle and James Rooney just have not been able to leave each other alone for 5th. Trevor Doyle just ekes ahead just a touch there entering turn 1.
Tell you what, we're going to have a 3-car battle for that transfer.
It's what it's shaping up to look like here as we're coming to, well, it'll be about 2 to go here pretty quick. Back up front real quick. Caden Berry holding a steady 1 second advantage over Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm has been faster the past couple of laps. He's working the inside part of the racetrack. Just peeked on the back. White flag in the air for Caden Berry. Matt Grimm's trying everything he can to get up to him. I don't think there's enough time left. Caden had an awesome 1 and 2. Going to drop it low here in 3 and 4.
These drivers are trying everything possible to get to the Hoffman machine. They're going to come to the line.
Hoffman did get it. Meanwhile, I want to let you finish your sentence. Caden Berry takes the checkered flag here in heat 3. Matt Grimm 2nd. Brady Beavers was 3rd. Fred Hoffman is going to get the final transfer in 4th. Trevor Doyle 5th. James Rooney 6th. Thomas Belsky in 7th. Just came across the line. That was our 3rd heat. Grid is happening here in heat number 4. Row number 1 is going to be Cole DeWeese on the inside in the 2 machine. Taylor Wineland on the outside in the 25. Row 2 is going to be Lockie Phillips in the 17 and Georgette Munier in the 82. Row 3 is going to be Hunter McFadden in the 35. Jennifer Brown in the 12. Row 4 is going to be Jackson Welling. 8 laps, 7 cars for 4 spots. All right. Cole DeWeese, we saw him run up front quite a bit last week. Caden Berry, of course we saw him run up front quite a bit last week as well. It's going to be our fourth and final heat of the night. If you like what you're seeing here on the Buckeye Racing Network, don't forget to hit that like button for us. We appreciate you all coming and hanging out with us tonight as we bring you all this racing action from USA International Speedway. Pace truck is off. Cole DeWeese is on the gas. Green flag in the air for Heat 4. Lockie Phillips moved up to the high side, trying it out here early on. He's going to get past Taylor Wineland, just in front of him as they go down into turn 3. Wow!
Oh no.
Into the wall for Lockie Phillips, but he gathers it back in. He's going to stay second. My goodness, if he's able to hold on there without any damage to that race car, it'll be a miracle. Meanwhile, back around the transfer, Georgette Munier is running 4th. Hunter McFadden's trying to chase down there in 5th. Cole DeWeese working the bottom part of the racetrack, just trying to mind his business.
Contact between Jennifer Brown and Hunter McFadden in 1 and 2. They swap positions.
We'll take a peek at what's going on back here. For now, everything seems to be sorted out, as those drivers 5th, 6th, and 7th are trying to make their way up to 4th. Back up front, Cole DeWeese working the bottom. Lockie Phillips working the outside. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Lockie Phillips, the last time around, ran a 21.03 to Cole's 21.12. He is getting a run up on that high side. I think he's going to get to Cole before this is said and done. He's pretty much there now. What a battle is brewing here for the 4th heat of the night. Oh, slide job and
contact.
Cole into the fence and up and over. Taylor Weiland's going to go into 2nd. Georgette Munier is going to be 3rd. Jennifer Brown, I think, spins it trying to avoid the carnage. Jackson Welling's going to assume the 4th position. Hunter McFadden also in the pit lane.
Oh, Taylor Wineland shows his hand at the slider.
White flag is in the air for Lockie Phillips and Taylor Wineland. They're going to battle it out here on the last lap.
Oh.
Phillips a slider into 1. I think Wineland's going to pay him back here down through 3 and 4. Not quite. Lockie's going to run the defensive line. Crossover.
Not enough.
At the line, not enough. Lockie Phillips is going to take home the checkered flag. Wineland's going to be 2nd. Let's check on 3rd. Georgette going to come home 3rd. Jackson Welling's going to be 4th. Jennifer Brown's going to be scored 5th. Cole DeWeese and Hunter McFadden 6th and 7th in the pit lane. Wow, unfortunate there for Cole. He had such a good run going in the heat. Take a look. I believe this is going to be the C main, Tim?
This is the C main. We will be taking 2
drivers.
Move on to the B main.
And the starting lineup's going to look like this here. Cole DeWeese on the front row on the inside in the 2 machine. Blake Warner is going to be on the outside in the 21. Row 2, Chris Martin in the 31. Thomas Belsky in the 28. Row 3 is going to be Hunter McFadden in the 35. And I believe shotgun starter is going to be Robert Puckett. Yes, sir. So 5 cars are going to take to the grid here in this C main. The top 2 is the number you need to be in to move on to the B main. I know Cole DeWeese is probably upset from the crash there in the heat. He's on the gas. Green flag is in the air in tonight's C main, and the battle is on for second. Chris Martin on the bottom. Hunter McFadden around the outside. Thomas Belsky with an issue there out of 2. He's going to get back going, but off the pace. Keep an eye on Hunter McFadden and Chris Martin. That's the battle for the transfer. McFadden gets it out of 4. Martin's going to tuck in 3rd. Cole DeWeese right against the wall through 3 and 4. Hunter McFadden's trying to follow him through. He touches the wall a bit, and that allows Martin to reel him in into 1.
McFadden getting a little bit of that wall glue. We all love that on iRacing.
Yes, if you've been on the sim, you know exactly how that feels. The battle rages on. Both cars sideways out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. 7 laps to go here in this C main. This is the battle. Real quick up front, Cole DeWeese has pulled out to a 3-second advantage over Hunter McFadden and Chris Martin. Chris Martin with a bit of an issue through 3 and 4. He falls back. He's now a second behind Hunter. Now, I'm sure Cole is driving like a man possessed. He's got something to prove to these fellas here tonight, having to work his way through the sea, and we'll have to see how he does as long as the position holds where he's at now in the B main in just a moment. Coming to 4 laps to go. Chris Martin there in 3rd. 2, almost 3 seconds behind Hunter McFadden. Real quick, while we have a few laps to go, let's see if we can ride along here with Cole DeWeese as he takes us around USA International Speedway. Get a feel for what it's like making your way around this racetrack in a 360 sprint car. 2 laps to go. One thing's for sure, not a lot of all-throttle time in these race cars, if any at all, really. Wow, the bumps there in 3 and 4, and the car steps out sideways and almost loses it. White flag goes in the air. Five-second advantage. He has plenty clear of Hunter McFadden. Working his way through turns 3 and 4. The flagman has the checkered flag ready in the air. Across the line, Cole DeWeese wins the C main. Hunter McFadden now to turn 2, comes across the line in 2nd. Chris Martin flipping out of turn 4 is going to bring it home in 3rd. My goodness. I believe we have one other car making his way around the speedway. That's Thomas Belsky trying to finish his lap. Rolling into tonight's B main. Starting grid looks like this here. Row number 1 is going to be Billy Richardson in the 29, Austin Motley in the 27. Row 2, Trevor Doyle in the 24, Jennifer Brown in the 12. Row 3 is going to be Nicholas Skarka in the 10, Jared Lamberson in the 19. Row number 4, James Rooney in the 13. Our first transfer from the C main, Cole DeWeese in the 2, and Hunter McFadden Shotgun starter in the 35, also a C main transfer. And we are taking how many cars from this one, Tim? Just so I have the correct info.
It looks like 4 will transfer into the feature tonight.
4, so
And we'll have a top 6 invert for the feature.
all right. 12 laps the distance, 9 cars starting, 4 cars to the feature. Looks like we're going to get one more lap of pacing before we turn these cars loose in the B main. Also, just keep in mind, we got 2 cars from the C. We'll keep an eye on them as we work our way through this B main.
Jennifer Brown in the 57 machine is going to be the one on the bubble.
Absolutely. Everybody's going to be vying for that 4th position. Pace truck peels off. Billy Richardson on the gas. Green flag is in the air for the B main. Austin Motley hit the outside wall getting into turn 2, and the battle is on for the transfer.
Wow. All the way to the inside goes
Cole DeWeese, and he
shoots his way to second.
into the outside wall hard. A couple cars.
Flipping in the back.
That's the 57 of Jennifer Brown. That's not going to help that machine out tonight. Let's back up to the transfer. DeWeese around the outside. Doyle had a look to the inside. Excuse me, DeWeese is 3rd. Lamberson is 4th. So Lamberson and Doyle are battling for the transfer. Uh-oh. Motley into the wall out of turn 4. He's going to get shuffled back a few positions. He's now 5th.
And all of these drivers want this spot.
Absolutely. Billy Richardson set sail. He's out a 2.5 seconds over Cole DeWeese. And then the battle is on. Lamberson, Doyle, McFadden, and Motley for the transfer. Doyle currently has it, but McFadden is right there behind him. Oh!
In the wall, Trevor Doyle. They make contact in the wall again.
Oh my! Motley, Doyle hard into the outside wall. And those 2 cars damaged. McFadden in 4th now. He's got a gap to James Rooney and Nicholas Garca. About a second to those 2 cars running behind him, but he would just scrape the wall there through turn 3 and 4. Richardson has company up front from Cole DeWeese as he's around the outside. Cole DeWeese to the lead out of turn 2. From the back to the front here in the B main for Cole DeWeese. One on the inside part of the racetrack, really slow. I hope it doesn't hurt anybody else.
Rooney just about closing that gap. He's got about 5 laps left to make something happen.
Rooney, McFadden. McFadden was quicker that time around at a 21.60. Rooney a 21.89. Our first 4 cars spread out and all sitting comfortably here in the closing laps of this B main. See Jared Lamberson there in 3rd. Billy Richardson in 2nd. Cole DeWeese out front by 2 and almost a half seconds at the line. There's our final transfer spot. That's Hunter McFadden. He's got a comfortable gap to James Rooney and Nicholas Garca. 2 laps to go for Cole DeWeese. What a run he's had so far. A little bit of trouble in the heat, and he's battled through the C and now battling through the B. White flag in the air for Cole DeWeese. Around the bottom, out of turn 4, across the line. Cole DeWeese rends the B main. Billy Richardson second. Jared Lamberson third. Hunter McFadden, our final transferee to the A main. James Rooney is going to be credited 5th. Nicholas Garca 6th. Austin Motley 7th. Trevor Doyle 8th. Jennifer Brown in 9th. All right, we're going to get a quick 5-minute warm-up session for these guys. That's going to be starting in the A main in a minute to catch our breaths here in the broadcast booth. Cars taken to the racetrack. We're going to see the lap times populate on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll get to see their best lap time. Checking out the number 34 of Jack Burke. Brady Beavers in the 880. There's Caden Berry.
Who's going to be your one to watch as we close the warm-up?
Well, I think, it'd be hard to not pull for Caden Berry. We've seen him. He has been fast so far tonight, but honestly, I'm going to keep my eye on that number 2 machine of Cole DeWeese. He has been really fast. I'd like to see how he fares here in our feature, and we are going to cut the warm-up short. We're going to get the grid here for our feature race. We got 30 laps around USA's International Speedway here tonight. Front row looks like this here. Jack Burke is going to be starting on the pole in our feature in the 34. Joshua Pickle to his outside in the 9. Row 2 is going to be Lockie Phillips in the 17. Caden Berry in the number 11. Row 3 is going to be Brad Lamberson in the 32. Sean Stevens in the 26 on the outside. Row 4 is going to be Matt Grimm in the 91 on the inside. Taylor Wineland in the 25 on the outside. Row 5, Jared Culbertson in the 23 on the inside. Dean Reynolds in the 79 on the outside. Row 6 is going to be Brady Beavers in the 880 and Georgette Bunier in the 82. Row 7 is going to be Austin Hickman in the 33 on the inside. Carson Kirby in the 4 on the outside. Row 8 is going to be Fred Hoffman in the 5 on the inside. Jackson Welling in the 22 on the outside. Row 9, Cole DeWeese in the 2 machine. Billy Richardson in the 29 machine. Row 10 is going to be Jared Lamberson in the 19 and Hunter McFadden in the 35. There's our 20 starters here for 30 laps around USA International with the Reigel Promotion Esports Winged 360 Sprint cars. Tim, I know that was a lot right there, but who do you have your eye on here real quick before we take the green flag?
Let's see those Caden Berry fans up in the chat, because that's going to be my one to watch.
Yeah,
for tonight.
I'd say that's a very good pick here tonight. A lot can happen around the USA International Speedway in 30 laps. Cautions will be on in this feature. I know they're not on any other part of the race evening, for the heats or the C or the B mains, but they will be on here for the feature. Oh, Jack Burke just blinks out. Blinking out again. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we progress. Pace truck's off. Jack Burke's on the gas. Green flag is in the air. Jack Burke to the early lead. Lockie Phillips slides in for second. Joshua Pickle in third. Battle is on. Barry's looking to make a move around the outside.
No. He got trapped behind the car.
Oh, and they're around.
Oh, no.
Caden Barry involved. Cole DeWeese involved. The front wing is knocked off of that race car. I believe that is Jared Lamberson, also no front wing. Cade Barry, front wing knocked off of that race car, and he is struggling to get that car back going. Unfortunate.
Oh, the front's broken.
Oh, man, unfortunate there. Let's go back and try to decipher this for everybody. We're going to see we work down into turn number 3. Keep an eye on the 26 machine, that black and neon yellow and neon blue. He enters down low. Car slides up in the center of the corner. The 17 machine just taps him in the tail tank, gets him turned around. Caden Barry's trying to lock it down. He has nowhere to go. Makes contact with the 26. Cole DeWeese trying to lock it down. He has nowhere to go. Jared Lamberson nowhere to go. The 5 machine of Fred Hoffman makes some contact as well. So 5, 6 cars or so I see with damage from that opening accident here tonight. Unfortunate for those drivers that ended up with big damage. We see we do have some fast repairs, so Cade Barry is back out on the racetrack. Going to have to restart in the back, but he is still running here tonight.
Yeah, he's got 39 more laps to get right back up where he was. Let's see if he can pull that need for speed out.
Absolutely. We'll see what he could do from back there. My driver that I picked as the one to watch was also involved in that early accident. But Jack Burke is going to bring us back to the green here. We are not on lap 4. We're still on lap number 1. That timing will update here once we get under the green flag. Single file restart here for these guys. Pace truck is off. Jack Burke back on the gas, and the green flag back in the air for the restart. Joshua Pickle, Brad Lamberson, a little bit of contact there entering turn 1. Matt Grimm working around the outside now. I believe Josh...
Oh, no.
Let's see if we can decipher the second caution. We were watching what was going on up front. Looks like we got a replay for you. Looks like Brady Beavers in that 880 machine was involved. He's on the bottom. There, it looks like he's going to touch wheels with the 79 machine there on his outside. They're still going straight. Oh, but more contact. They touched again, and Brady Beavers gets turned around sideways and into the inside wall on the backstretch. The right front looks to be broken on that machine. Cole DeWeese makes contact with him, trying to avoid it. Caden Barry also with a little more contact. Wow. Carnage to start the feature race here so far tonight.
I tell you what, certainly not the start of the race that Caden Barry wanted. He made the pass on, let's see who that was, going through 1 and 2. On Hunter McFadden, he got on the brakes and just nowhere to go for either of them. It was just parking lot by the
Yeah,
time they got there.
yeah, the fellows out running the back, Cole DeWeese, Caden Berry, and a couple others, they really didn't have much place to go and was just trying to avoid what happened the best they could and ended up with a little more damage. Unsure at the moment whether Caden Berry is going to be able to continue, but we will keep an eye on it.
I tell you what, that Caden Berry machine, it doesn't look too bad. I'm a little surprised he's down there.
And Caden Berry is back on the racetrack. He will be at the tail end of this line. Pace truck is going to peel off this time. Jack Burke's going to bring us back green. He's on the gas. Flagman has the green flag back in the air for the restart. Jack Burke, Joshua Pickle there, 1 and 2. Brad Lamberson's going to be third. Matt Grimm is going to be fourth. I believe Joshua Pickle just moved around Jack Burke, and he does. Caution, back out.
I believe that was on the front stretch. Not sure who was involved.
We'll take a look at it here. I believe it happened in the neighborhood of Jackson Welling. We're going to take a look.
It certainly was.
Jackson Welling and Lockie Phillips made contact, and I believe that'd be the 29 machine as well with contact there. Those two cars get spun around backwards, and Welling almost up and over there. But that car stayed on all fours, thankfully.
Yeah, that wreck all happened, I think, going into 3 and 4. I said this earlier. This track is rough. Now, when I mean that, it's like going over speed bumps all the way through the turns, and just many speed bumps going through these turns.
Yeah, we see it is taking a toll on some of these drivers here tonight, and plus, around 20 cars starting. This is the most cars that's been on the racetrack at one time here tonight, so everybody trying to adjust to that as well. But Joshua Pickle is our new leader. Jack Burke is going to be second. Brad Lamberson currently running third. Matt Grimm fourth. Taylor Winelands fifth. Jared Culbertson sixth. Dean Reynolds seventh. Georgette Munier eighth. Sean Stevens ninth. Carson Kirby 10th. Jared Lamberson 11th. 12th is going to be Lockie Phillips. 13th Billy Richardson. 14th Jackson Welling. And those are the cars that are running currently. I know it is showing Hunter McFadden as the race leader. He is not. And excuse the live timing on the left-hand side of the screen. The caution laps not counting is taking its toll on the software. So we hopefully get some green flag laps under the belt here tonight, and that'll all be corrected. Pace truck off, and we get the restart here. Joshua Pickle's going to lead us down into turn number 1. Jack Burke in second. Battle between Brad Lamberson and Matt Grimm for third.
Oh, huge wreck. Oh my.
I'm assuming Dean, maybe in the area of Dean Reynolds. You see Dean Reynolds there in the 79. That's the purple machine with gold numbers. Working his way down into turn 3. He gets contact, gets booted from Sean Stevens from behind, gets both of those cars around. Both cars into the outside wall. Lockie Phillips nowhere to go as he was committed up top. Reynolds up and over. Stevens, no wings left on that race car, and the top wing is off of Dean Reynolds. So, absolutely big wreck, Tim.
Yeah, at least on my end, it looks like Lockie Phillips did not get very much damage. It looked like he net coated through the wreck, avoiding it. So contact should have been made, but at least to iRacing they said that it shouldn't have. So we'll see how well his machine is after this.
Absolutely. Hopefully, you know, these drivers are probably pretty anxious here. They do want to see some green flag laps, so hopefully we can get some green flag racing here for everybody watching at home. Already working our 4th caution. Lockie Phillips doesn't look like he is too damaged. Caden Berry here looks like he's still able to continue. I'm not sure how badly damaged that car is.
He's been coming down pit road after every yellow to repair that machine.
Pace truck is off. Green flag back in the air for the restart. Battle is on for 3rd and 4th as they fan out too wide through turn 1 and 2.
Oh, yikes.
Jack Burke into the wall a little bit there through 3 and 4. He gathers it back in. Everybody's still going straight.
Tell you who wants to move forward is Caden Berry. He's just got nowhere to go right now.
Real quick, he is currently 11th. Looking down low,
Shoot
big slider
all
into
the
3.
Wow, what a move.
Back up front, change for the lead. Brad Lamberson took it into 1. Pickle turns underneath of him out of turn 2, and they're side by side down the back straightaway.
We have another yellow.
Another yellow. That's going to bring out our 5th of the evening. Take a look.
That was with Lachlan Phillips, and I think that's a 71 machine.
Yeah, Phillips got into the wall out of turn 2, and he taps. That would be Dean Reynolds in the 79. Gets him turned around backwards on the back straightaway and into the inside wall. "23 laps remaining for these fellas. And Brad Lamberson is the new race leader. I think we have about 13 cars of the 20 that originally started still running. Carson Kirby is in the pit lane. So 14 cars. I believe Hunter McFadden, Sean Stevens, Brady Beavers, Fred Hoffman, Cole DeWeese, Austin Hickman have all called it a night.
Tell you what, look at that number 12 machine of Caden Barry cracking the top 10 again.
Absolutely no give up in Mr. Barry tonight whatsoever. Pace lights are out. Tim, bring us to green this time for our 6th restart. I don't know where Tim's at, but green flag is back in the air.
Oh, I was delayed. I was watching Brad Lamberson come down the backstretch to take the green. I was a little bit delayed. I apologize to the folks watching.
It's all good. We're back underway though. Brad Lamberson out front. Joshua Pickle is second. Side-by-side battle for third between Matt Grimm and Jared Culbertson. Taylor Wineland in 6th. Jared Lamberson 7th. Excuse me, now Caden Barry moved into 7th. He's working the outside part of the racetrack, trying to make up as many positions as he can. And keep going forward.
Wow.
Up front, Lamberson working way low through 3 and 4. Same with Joshua Pickle. The 91 machine of Matt Grimm, 91 in timing and scoring, but 22 on the racetrack. Working the outside. Jared Culbertson is 4th. Caden Barry now into P5 with 19, coming to 18 to go. Oh, contact. Caden Barry, Taylor Wineland. Wineland's going to drop a few positions. Back to 8th. Lamberson crossed the line, now 17 laps to go. Pickle in 2nd. Matt Grimm is 3rd. Jared Culbertson 4th. Caden Barry is 5th. Jack Burke has scored 6th, and he's under fire from Jared Lamberson. On the inside there, that battle rages on. Taylor Wineland also right there. Joshua Pickle is battling Brad Lamberson for the race lead in turns 3 and 4. Side by side through 1 and 2. Yellow flag is out. See if we can take a look at what happened. Let's keep an eye on Jack Burke. Right there, the white and black machine. As he makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Oh, a little bit of contact from Wineland. Gets the car all the way around. He comes to a stop at the pit entrance. I think the damage is minimal, and Jack is going to be able to continue. Absolutely. Brad Lamberson is still leading this race. But Joshua Pickle was right there as that yellow flag was coming out. Matt Grimm is 3rd. Jared Culbertson 4th. Fantastic recovery for Caden Barry, who scored in 5th. Jared Lamberson, 6th. Taylor Wineland in 7th. Billy Richardson, 8th. Lockie Phillips, 9th. Dean Reynolds, 10th. Jackson Welling, 11th. Jack Burke, 12th. Carson Kirby is still running, but a couple laps, I think, off the pace there in 13th. Pace lights go out on the truck. One more time around, and the green flag will be back in the air.
The top two cars are extremely even right now with the lap times.
Yeah, those two fellas have not been able to get away from one another tonight so far. Well, Tim, what do you say we give it a try here once more on this restart?
Yeah, I'm live now.
All righty, bring us to green.
As we wait for the pace truck to dip in, we're going to see Brad up against the high side, and he's away. Great launch. Fantastic launch out of Brad Lamberson. As you got, I believe that's Matt Grimm all the way around the outside, looking to take second from Joshua Pickle. Oh, he's up into the wall. I believe this is going to be a 3 wide out of 4.
Oh.
Barry in the middle. I don't know what happened to him. I believe I don't see him. There he is in 1 and 2.
I think it was a unfortunate battle for track position and running room there out of turn 4. We'll take a look at it closely here. This was the cause of the yellow flag. Keep an eye on the 12 machine there of Caden Berry. The car on the inside comes up, makes contact with Caden, and sends him around. And that number 1 machine makes more contact with Caden as he was full throttle down the front straightaway and couldn't avoid the accident.
Man, I tell you what, Caden Berry, just not his night tonight.
Yeah, it's that. Like I said, that was just an unfortunate pinch point there out of turn 4 for those cars, and Caden Berry just gets the short end of the stick on that one. But this race is still not over. We still have 13 more laps to run here at USA. Brad Lamberson, Joshua Pickle, Matt Grimm, Jared Culbertson, Jared Lamberson, our top 5. Single file again once more. Pace truck's going to be peeling off. The cars are back to life. Green flag back in the air. Wineland working the outside. Looking underneath of
No.
Jared Lamberson there. He has no front wing on the car. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
I was just about to say Lachlan had a fantastic launch, uh, sitting in P8. Was about to be, I believe, making a move to P7, maybe even further, but he just got tapped by the 29 machine coming out of 2.
Yep, those drivers were battling for that position hard, and unfortunately, Billy Richardson, hard impact on the inside wall, and I looked like the left front was broke on that machine. He is in the pit lane trying to get that car repaired before we go back green. Looks like the 4 cars are getting waved around. You know, like the old saying goes, Tim, years gone by, cautions do tend to breed cautions in any form of racing.
Yeah, I just think it's the track. The track's pretty tough. You hit those speed bumps in any wrong way, it's not good. And we've seen the outcome many times. Uh, if you do, but hopefully we can get a couple laps of green and cool these drivers down.
Brad Lamberson brings him back to green here on the restart. Joshua Pickle, Matt Grimm going to go side by side into turn 1. Jared Culbertson working the inside, looking to get a piece of the action as well. Now Taylor Wineland, he's under fire from on the outside. Battle is on for second. Joshua Pickle and Matt Grimm battling down into turn 1. Pickle with the advantage into turn 3. Grimm slots back into third. Culbertson 4th, Wineland 5th, into the outside wall, but still going straight. Dean Reynolds recovered back to 6th. Georgette Munier is 7th. Caden Berry back here in 8th, trying to work his way back towards the front with 9 laps to go in the feature.
And he is running that outside. You got to go on board on the suspension if we can. See how close he's getting to that wall.
Absolutely. We'll see what we can do. We got this right rear suspension cam up on the Caden Berry machine as we see him go down into turn 3 and 4. Didn't quite run as high as what we would have thought there. Brad Lamberson.
Oh, looks like he went away from it.
Lamberson, Pickle, running as far down low as they can. Grimm's trying to top out. Culbertson's running down low as well. Wineland scored in 5th. He's been focused on that top side. Lamberson out to almost a second advantage over Joshua Pickle. 5 laps to go. All down in the grass there for Brad Lamberson, trying to get extremely low. Joshua Pickle is following him way down there. Matt Grimm is...
Oh, Brad, wicked loose. The leaders
bad around, and that's going to bring our yellow flag out. And our top 2 runners tonight with an issue.
Oh, no.
Wow, just forget about everything you thought that was going to be to finish this race off. Wipe that slate clean because our front runners with the issue here in 3 and 4. We'll take a look at it. We see Brad get down into turn number 3 here. Running so low, I mean, his left front's in the grass, almost hitting that concrete wall. And the car just steps around sideways. I think there was a little contact with the wall. You see him trying to gather that car back in. Joshua Pickle, meanwhile, running that same line, has nowhere to go. Makes contact. Both cars are around sideways, turned backwards. And that has shaken this running order up late in the going here.
I believe that's going to put Caden in the top 5 along with Dean Reynolds. And I believe that's the only 2 that move into the top 5. As we have Matt Grimm taking over P1 with Jared taking P2 and Taylor Wineland in P3.
Lights out on the pace truck. Matt Grimm finds himself leading late here in the going for RPES. Galbertson second, Wineland third, Dean Reynolds. Good recovery to 4th. Same for Caden Berry in 5th. Georgette Munier 6th. Joshua Pickle now finds himself 7th. Jack Burke 8th. Carson Kirby 9th. Billy Richardson 10th. Brad Lamberson 11th. Jared Lamberson in 12th.
Matt Grimm all the way around the outside next to that wall. Brings it down in, and he fired away. Huge launch for this 5-lap shootout.
Battle
all the
is
way around the outside. Wineland following the leader. Three wide, Caden all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, that battle is raging on for second here late in the going. 3 more laps remain here tonight. 3 wide, I believe that is. Out of turn number 2. Who's going to get second spot down through 3 and 4? I believe advantage goes to Caden Berry on the inside. He's setting his sights forward to Matt Grimm. Does he have enough time with 2 laps to go? Grimm just trying to be smooth. Keep that.
If he can stay where Caden wants to be, he might have a shot.
Out of turn 4. Flagman has the white flag in the air one more time around USA International Speedway.
I don't think it's going to be enough, but I mean, what a show by Caden. A little contact with Wineland and Jared as they come through.
Barney has the checkered flag in the air. Matt Grimm is going to take the victory here tonight. Caden Berry is going to come home in second. Taylor Wineland, our 3rd place finisher. Those 3 we're going to hope to get a word with here in just a moment. What a race. And did anybody have Matt Grimm picked it to win tonight? I don't think so. But he brings it home. Caden Berry, I mean, like, you know, we've touched on it all night. Fantastic recovery for a second. Taylor Wineland, our 3rd place finisher. Drivers are going to line up here on the start-finish line for a picture. And we shall get a word with our top 3. But first, we'll take a look at the final results here tonight with Reigel Promotions Esports. Was we've already talked about our top three. Fourth is going to be Jared Culbertson. Fifth is going to go to Joshua Pickle. Sixth, Georgette Munier. Seventh, Brad Lamberson. Eighth, Jack Burke. Ninth, Carson Kirby. 10th is going to be Dean Reynolds. 11th, Billy Richardson. 12th, Jared Lamberson. 13th, Lockie Phillips. 14th, Jackson Welling. 15th, Fred Hoffman. 16th, Sean Stevens. 17th, Brady Beavers. 18th, Cole DeWeese. 19th is going to go to Hunter McFadden, and 20th to Austin Hickman. That's the final running order here tonight. Let's see if we can get a word with Taylor Wineland.
I do not see him in here.
All right, I do see we have Caden and Matt waiting in the wings for us, so maybe we'll get a word with Taylor in a few moments. But I guess we'll pop down and get a word with the two drivers that we can. All right, Caden and Matt, this is Tyler and Tim. You guys got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
All righty, fellas. We're not sure where Taylor is, but while we got you two up here, we thought we'd get a quick word in with you. I guess we'll start off with our second place finisher, Caden Berry. And can we just say, and we've talked about it all night long, what an up and down race you've had here in the feature here tonight. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was just super chaotic. I honestly didn't even think I was gonna finish tonight, and I knew I was the points leader, so it's kind of sucky having that happen to me, so early in the race like that. A couple of people were just driving a little too hard there, and on this big of a track, you just gotta drive patient and stay calm and not make aggressive moves too early on there. But no, I mean, go from the back 2, 3 times and come up to the front and kind of gaining on the leader there on the bottom, but just ran out of laps and felt pretty good to come back on through after all the chaoticness that I had to go through.
Absolutely, man. It was sure fun to watch. Tim, you have anything to ask Caden?
Yeah, just absolute Iron Man behind the wheel tonight. You think if you had a couple more laps, you would have had a shot at our race winner who's in here, Matt Grimm.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, maybe 4 laps I could have maybe had him. So
All righty, Caden. Well, again, we appreciate you getting a quick word in with us. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
yeah, I'd like to give all glory to God and got to thank my mom and dad, my great grandmother Cece, my Grammy Ryder, my nana and grandpa. Gotta thank Team Iobi. Gotta thank Granite State Blacktoppers, Keep Digging Apparel, Enos Construction, Juice Powder Coating, Z-Max Driven to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Turn 1 Graphics, Ryder Family Sawmill, John Barry's Legacy Racing, and Cataclysm Computers, King Race Design, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, and Stingray Optus Australia. And gotta really appreciate you guys for putting it on.
All righty, sir. Well, we'll let you celebrate that second place finish again. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get a word in now with our race winner here tonight, Mr. Matt Grimm. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir, I got you.
All right, man. Well, I know there probably for a while you were trying to think how you were going to get around Lamberson and Pickle there up in front of you, and they make contact, and then the gate swings wide open for you to take the lead.
Yeah, it's nice to be lucky in this league for once. Barry wants to talk about up and down race. That's been every race I've ran in this league so far, so it's good to have a little bit of consistency and stay up front and kind of be able to come out with the win here. And it wasn't the best performance, but it did.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just got to take the luck when you can get it. I totally agree with you there. Tim, you have anything to ask Matt?
Man, just a super consistent night. What was going through your head and knowing that you had a shootout with 5 to go.
Yeah, I didn't really look to see who was around me. I don't know if Barry was starting behind me on that start or not, but yeah, I was just trying to focus on getting a good start and make sure I didn't get into the wall again. That was my downfall throughout the night. Was 3 and 4. I kept getting up into the wall a little bit and losing a bunch of ground. And I think I would have had second a lot sooner if I didn't keep messing that up. But yeah, it was very fortunate to come out onto the right end of that for once, and good job to Barry for coming back up through there.
Absolutely. Matt, before we let you go, anybody that you'd like to thank here tonight?
Oh yeah, thanks to Locky for letting me drive his team car for this deal, and all his sponsors: Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, Local Sprint Car Photography, TRL Super League, iRacing Down Under, LP Designs, Premium Cinematography, Down Under Sim TV, and thanks to everybody who puts us on and deals with this circus every week. And thanks you guys for doing the broadcast.
All right, Matt, appreciate you getting a word in with us here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate that win.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, well, as we are wrapping up here tonight at USA International Speedway here with the Reigel Promotions Esports 360 Sprint Cars, Tim, any closing thoughts from you tonight?
And man, all of these drivers, awesome show. Awesome racing, awesome show. Just outstanding. I don't even have words.
Yeah, I mean, there was action all over the track. We saw drivers fall back, bring it up to the front. I mean, we watched people battle, 2 drivers battle from the C main through the B main and into the feature here tonight. So action everywhere on this racetrack tonight. Well, going forward, tomorrow night we'll be live here on the Buckeye Racing Network right about 9 o'clock Eastern Time with the Short Track Rivals Racing IMCA style modifieds. It is championship night for those fellas that run over there. They are running at Lanier Speedway. A couple drivers to watch is going to be James Murphy. There, he's won the last 5 races with STRR. So if you want to watch some more dirt track racing, we will be live again tomorrow night at Lanier Speedway, 9 o'clock Eastern. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. So long and good night.